What's up, and thanks for joining another episode of Handles. My name is Lorenzo, and today's story is titled Subtle Knock. So before we jump into the story, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell so you're alerted anytime new material comes out. Question of the day. How often has opportunity knocked at your door? Sounds like a pretty vague question, I'm sure. It's probably a little bit difficult to answer, but how often would you say opportunity thus far in your life has knocked at your door? Opportunity is a unique thing for all of us, but I think sometimes we get confused with how loudly it's supposed to knock. Stick with me on this. Everyone has a grip on life. Everybody feels like they have a handle. Afraid to share the mistakes. The stories are what connect us. They're the key. We're running out of time. So I'm sitting at the house, minding my own business, watching a little bit of TV, and I'm on the phone, I'm on the other line with my lady, we'll call her Elle. And Elle and I are talking about like how great things happen to great people and what opportunity truly means and how we're supposed to identify those things. And the conversation of fast food comes up. If you guys have heard of the stories that I've shared, you guys know that's one of my weaknesses. Check out that story if you haven't already. So we're talking about my addiction in fast food and how she believes, and so do I, that I need to change a few of my eating habits. But it's a challenge for me. And this commercial comes on, and it's this person that has this big check. And they're like, man, I just won $3 million for the lottery ticket of ABCD. And I tell Elle, I say, Elle, this is what I'm talking about. Like, why are these great things happening to great people? I'm happy for them. I'm excited for them. And you know what? I'm even gracious that they're getting that spot. But why are all these great things happening to me? And she says, I don't know. Sometimes opportunity is just a little bit of time and location and everything matched together, and that's when it happens. And I agree. We just kind of move on. So I tell her I'm getting ready to go get something to eat, and she already knows it's fast food, so of course I go grab some fast food. But before I get off the phone, I said, man, you know how nice it would be like if somebody would just knock at my door and just give me fast food for life? I would like lose my shit. Like I would absolutely love it. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be that same person, just like the person on TV with that big check, happy that they got a whole bunch of money. If somebody would just knock on my door right now and offer me fast food for the rest of my life. So we giggle about it and we say our pleasantries. We get off the phone, I go grab something to eat. Later on that week, I get on the phone with Elle again, and she surprises me by saying, hey, I got some tickets to your favorite Portland Trailblazer team. And if you guys know anything about the NBA, you know that the Portland Trailblazers are the best team in the NBA. And you also know that that's my favorite team of all time. I mean, we can go through all kinds of conversations with that and debate it. That's not important. What's important is she got us tickets to go to the game. And it was right around the corner. It was going to be the Blazers against the Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks, just in case you don't know. So it's going to be a little bit of a drive for me, but no problem. So I'm excited. I thank her for it. We kind of set up what we're going to do in order to get down there to the game. So game day comes and we get there early. Of course, I wanted to be there just to get an opportunity to see a little bit of pre-game warm-up and get myself amped up for the game. Elle got us some fantastic seats. We're about maybe 10 to 15 seats from the front, right there on the floor, and I'm excited. So we sit down, we find our seats and get kind of cozy in our spot. Not many people are there yet, like I just mentioned. So I make the comment, hey, do you want something to eat or drink before it gets kind of packed? I can kind of go grab it, this, that, and the other. She says, no, I'm good. I'm fine. Great. So we're sitting there and we're watching both teams warm up. It's fantastic. I am loving it. So I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around and I look up and it's this guy who has a book bag strapped across him and a clipboard in his hand with a pen in his hand. And he's going on to introduce himself to Elle and I. He's some type of event manager or activity manager for the Dallas Mavericks right there in the facility. And we're listening to him and he gets to the point that, hey, we're doing a halftime show. And we would love to see if you'd like to volunteer to be a part of the activities that we have at the halftime show. You can win different prizes, A, B, C, D, but we would call you and see if you can come down to the floor to participate. And so Elle looks over at me and I look at her and she's like, oh, that's cool. That's pretty nice. But to be honest with you, at this moment, I'm focused in on the game. I'm excited about where I'm sitting at. I mean, I'm all about just watching basketball. I don't know what this guy's gonna ask me to do. I don't wanna fall into any suds or do anything ridiculous. So the first thing that comes to my mind is, no, sir, I'm good. But thank you for the opportunity. So he looks at me and he kind of winces a little bit and he says, are you sure? And I said, yes, sir, I'm good. We're good right where we're at, but good luck to you and enjoy the game. He says, thanks a lot. You guys enjoy the game too. And he walks off. As he walks off, I feel like this bead on my side, like someone's staring at me. And I look over and Elle's staring at me like, Lo, why did you not take that? Why did you not go do that? You love doing different activities and competing and different things like that. Why would you not do that? I said, that's just too much. I'm here to enjoy the game. That's all I want to do. So she gives into the conversation and says, all right, well, I get it, but you may regret not taking that opportunity to go out on the floor and compete to win prizes. I said, yeah, but you know what? I'll be just fine. No big deal. So the game starts. We watch the first half and it is fantastic. It's even better because my Blazers are winning. Not by a large margin, but that's not important. They are winning. So everything is going good. Halftime is here. So the same guy that tapped me on my shoulder is now on the floor. And he has a microphone and he's introducing the participants that are going to come down to the floor to participate in whatever activities. So he goes about introducing two spectators out of the audience and he talks about what rows or what sections that they're sitting in. And I noticed that one of those individuals, we'll call her Amber, was sitting in the same section. So she identified with the same section Elle and I were sitting in. So that's cool. So, maybe he must have found her on this same side. Maybe after I declined, maybe he found Amber and great, good for her. So at this point, he goes about describing the game that they're going to compete in. And really, it's just two trash cans that are sitting about 10 to 15 feet in front of them, and they all get a whole bunch of pool noodles. And their job is to throw the pool noodles into the other trash can. And whoever gets the most noodles into that trash can wins. Pretty simple. So Elle looks at me and says, oh my gosh, well, you would have been great at something like that. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, man, I had a pretty good chance at doing something like that. So they start the competition and both of them are racing, right? Amber and the other participant, they're just throwing noodles into these trash cans. And I noticed that the guy that Amber is going against, he doesn't have a really good flow, so he's not getting many noodles into this specific trash can. But Amber is doing fantastic. So we're all excited for her because we're in her section, right? So we're cheering her on and it ends. And come to find out, Amber wins. So he goes about pulling this card out of his back pocket. And he says, congratulations, Amber. Because you have won this specific competition, you have won a full 2 years of Whataburger, in which case you can get any meal you would like for free for the next 2 years. Congratulations, here's your certificate. I look at Elle. Elle looks at me, and she says, I told you, you should have done it. So right before I was about to lose it, the announcer says, so Amber, not only congratulations to you for winning the competition, but you have also won something for all of the audience members that are sitting in your section. Section 23AB, some shit like that. And I look down at my tickets and I'm like, that's our section. I wonder what we won. I look at them and say, I wonder what we're getting. So anyone sitting in your section has won the prize of one free Whataburger that they have to use in the next 6 months. One free Whataburger. I look over at Elle. She looks at me and she says, I told you, you should have done it. Now, as I sit there with everybody else in my section clapping and excited for Amber and happy at the fact that they're getting one damn Whataburger that they have to use in the next 6 months, I think to myself how I squandered this simple opportunity. I should have been down there. I should have won Whataburger for the next 2 years. I should have been the one that gave everybody in my section the opportunity to win one Whataburger that they'd have to use in the next 6 months. That should be me. That was my opportunity. So I'm the only person in our section that is down and out about the opportunity of winning one damn Whataburger for the next 6 months. I should have done it. Needless to say, when the event assistants and the manager comes back into our section and starts passing out those Whataburger vouchers that we're getting, I grabbed mine and I looked at it and I could only be even more disappointed. Damn it! I should have went down there. That was my chance. That was my opportunity. It just didn't slap me in the face. It was so subtle. Like, I didn't know this guy was serious. I was chilling with my lady at the time. I was relaxing. I was enjoying the game. I mean, I can give you every excuse in the book. You see, everybody has this theory that opportunity only knocks once in a lifetime. Very rarely, maybe twice if you're lucky. But I just don't believe that. And I could be completely wrong. I think opportunity knocks multiple times a week. We just don't hear it. We don't pay attention to it. We don't acknowledge it. And we damn sure don't answer the door. Think about this. When you were invited to go work out with that friend of yours, you decided to decline so you could watch TV. Little did you know that if you would have went to work out with that buddy of yours, you would have ran into someone else who would have asked you how you were doing a certain exercise. And that certain person that would have asked you that is going to turn into the love of your life. You know how you enjoy reading? Yeah. Remember when your boss asked you to mentor one of the new hires that was coming into the company and you declined? Little did you know that that new hire owned a bookstore as well. And you would have had the opportunity to not only connect with that person, but have access to thousands of books for free, just because you mentored that individual. You remember when your daughter asked you to come see her play at 6 o'clock on a certain day and you agreed to do so? And the day came and work was just stressing you out. You didn't have enough time. You made up every excuse in the book. So you called her and you told her that you'd have to decline. You wouldn't be able to make it. Little did you know that in that game, she hit the game-winning shot. You see, these things happen to us all the time. I believe it happens multiple times a week, probably multiple times a day. We just don't take advantage of it because we don't think that opportunity would knock so subtly. We think that opportunity is supposed to be banging down our door. We think that something is supposed to come to our front door with a big paycheck saying, congratulations, just for being alive, you're going to earn $5 million. And opportunity doesn't necessarily knock like that. In most cases, opportunity ain't knocking at all. You just have to be in the right place at the right time to get the right result. And it's easier said than done, clearly. But even when opportunity does decide to knock, we think of excuses why we shouldn't answer the door. I'm too busy. I'm too relaxed. I'm here to see the game. I'm too lazy to get up to get the door. So my ask is extremely simple. Probably one of the easiest asks I've ever given you. Work on your hearing. I would hate for you to be that one person that misses that subtle knock of opportunity at your door. Thanks again for joining me on another episode of Handles. I sure hope it added value. If it did, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit that alert so you're alerted anytime new material comes out. And of course, share it to the people you know need to hear it. You looking for more handles? You can follow me on social media or you can tap into my website right here at the bottom of the screen. I'll catch you guys next time, right here on Handles.